Okay, sir, we will be moving out shortly. I'm just waiting for the fire department to be ready, and then we'll be moving out shortly, okay?
So far.
Okay, we're just waiting for fire department to head out, and then we'll be moving after that, okay?
All right.
Okay, sir, we'll be leaving shortly, just waiting for fire department to get in their position up the road, and we'll be moving out after that.
Okay, thank you.
If you'd just like to let your deputies know, we'll be moving out shortly. Just waiting for the fire department to get in position, and then we'll be leaving.
Yes, sir.
Was the church ceremony good for you, sir?
Yeah, thank you. It was really good for my dead cousin.
Excellent. I'm glad we could accommodate you and your family.
Yeah, thank you for that. It was great.
Okay, I think they'll have enough of a head start, so I'm just, if you wouldn't mind waiting until myself and Mr. Guy gets into the vehicle in the back there, we'll proceed after that, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir, we can proceed from here.
Thank you, sir.
Are we ready to roll?
Yep.
Alright. The gas guzzler. Guzzles gas. Got some on your sleeve there. You may want to clean that up. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna line this up on the side. You can go ahead and walk back and get them.
I believe they're really coming over here.
Alright. Oh, we have to walk up and let them know that we're ready.
Alright.
Alright. Everything is ready, sir.
Excellent, thank you. If everyone could please follow me. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. If you could line up in your respective departments, and citizens, please line up as well. Ladies and gentlemen, to all the members of Nicholas's family, on behalf of the San Andreas State Police Department, the Blaine County Sheriff's Department, and the San Andreas Fire Department, I extend our deepest condolences to you. Today we honor the memory of Nicholas Fox. We recall the words engraved on the National Law Enforcement Memorial in Washington, D.C. It was not how these officers died that made them heroes. It is how they lived. Today we remember how Nicholas Fox lived, full of enthusiasm for his family, for his friends, and for his fellow officers. Nicholas could always be counted on to defend the weak against the strong, and to fight for what is right. He believed good should prevail over evil, and he worked to make it so. While Nicholas was born in Australia, his heart and his home was in San Andreas. His peers were proud of him and would have and to have served with him. To quote one of them, sometimes imported is better than domestic. His example of compassion, bravery, and devotion will never be forgotten. May the soul of Trooper Nicholas Fox rest easy, and may he continue to watch over his fellow officers. I would now like to pass to any of the state police who have anything to say. Before that, I'm sorry, I would like to begin with our 21 gun salute from the Blaine County Sheriff's Office.
You boys ready?
Yes, sir.
Ready, aim, fire. 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 Ready, aim, fire.
Thank you, gentlemen. I open the floor to anyone of either the state police or the sheriff's department that would like to say a few words.
I would like to say a few words.
Please.
Good afternoon. My name is Ethan, and Nicholas was my loyal friend, my confidant.
I would like to, if I could.
Again, good afternoon. My name is Ethan, and Nicholas was my loyal friend, my confidant, and my mentor for many years. He was more like my older brother. We had many experiences during the time in State Patrol. We laughed, we cried, we fought, and laughed again. I can go on for hours talking about the kind person he was, but I think many of you here already know. Nicholas was the friendliest, hardworking, most comprehensive, and humble person I've ever met. Always worrying about the welfare of others. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yes, sir, if I may.
Certainly.
We all work a dangerous job as San Andreas troopers, Blaine County Sheriff, San Andreas Fire Department, Emergency Medical Services, and Dispatch. We are all first responders and have a great and dire duty to uphold. There isn't a single person here who hasn't been brought to their knees by what they've seen, heard, or experienced on this job. We all know the realism of losing one of our own and how that threat is omnipresent and ubiquitous. And when we take to the streets and one of our own are in need, whether they are brother or sister, we take to them. We are their strength. And in our time of need, they are ours. It's difficult for me to accept the fact that the department is always changing. The SAF lost a member of its family. Trooper Fox was a friend and family man. He led with professionalism, honor, courage, and compassion. He was good police. SAF will always be Fox's family. I will miss you, my friend.
Anyone else here today have a few words?
Yes, sir, if I may.
Certainly.
I remember one of the first scenes I ever worked with Trooper Fox was a traffic accident. And I remember it was one of the first days that I had my own patrol car, and he was just finishing up his ride-along. And while I was sitting in my car on that very cold, snowy day, he jumped in to warm up. And for about 30 minutes or so, we talked, chatted, goofed around. I shared some coffee with him. And that was when we became good work friends. Ever since then, I've really enjoyed working every scene I have with him and working alongside of him in general and just catching up and chatting when we could. I always joked around with him that I owed him a steak and a beer because of all the patrol cars I would ding or wreck, and he would always be the one to respond to them and have to do the reports. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to ever be able to share that beer or that Fox with you, or steak with you, Fox. But here's to you, brother, and I hope you rest in peace. It was good working with you.
Anyone else?
Sir, if I may.
Certainly.
I remember the first time I ever did a ride-along, it was Nicholas Fox. He always came on duty, ready for whatever was going to happen that day. He would buy me coffee, he'd buy me everything, he'd buy anything. He was the nicest ride-along I think I've ever had. I also remember when we got on our first traffic accident, he said, I'll take this one, Sarge. He took control over all of it. I just had to sit in the car and let him do it.
Anyone else?
I would like to say a few words if I may.
Certainly.
So, I remember training Fox like it was any other day, except he had one of the greatest attitudes of any of the cadets I had ever trained, and he was just a fun-loving guy, and ultimately we got along really well after the training and had a few words and chatted for a while after I had fully trained him. And I remember him showing up to his first ride-along shift before he had his own patrol vehicle, and he came along on a bicycle, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Just a trooper rolling up to the sheriff station on a bicycle.
That is a great memory. Anyone else? State troopers, if you wouldn't mind radioing your dispatch.
Certainly. 113 dispatch.
Go ahead.
At this time, can you please conduct 150 Trooper Fox's last call?
10-4. Dispatch all units, please clear radio of all traffic. Dispatch to 150. Dispatch to 150. Trooper 150 not responding to radio checks. It is with great sorrow we mourn the passing of 150 Trooper Nicholas Fox, who entered his watch December 16th, 2017. He served our community for 7 years, a friend and brother to us all. Attention all units, please hold radio traffic for a moment of silence. Trooper Nicholas Fox, 150. We consider it an honor to have served with you. Your memory lives on in your community, your fellow officers, and your family. This is your final 1042. Rest well, Trooper. We have the watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today and paying respects to Trooper Nicholas Fox. You may now go in peace and in memory of Trooper Fox. Thank you.
West well, brother.